There seems to be a lot of backstabbing going on now, Mahek.
Well, look, I think Schumer is politically and morally bankrupt. He cannot come out and tell the American people what we already know, that Biden's in severe cognitive decline, because he's going to look like a liar. So he has to continue to double down. But here's the biggest secret, Maria.
But he's saying one thing publicly and saying another thing privately.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
absolutely.
The
He'll
liar
look like
thing,
an idiot.
Yeah, it's there, right?
He's already there.
Yeah.
But I think the bigger secret right now is the replacement theory. Democrats do not have a replacement. They are backing away from Kamala Harris, the party that is all about the black female, every DE&I box. They're backing away for Kamala. That is what they're trying to hide. That is the massive cover-up, the fact that they will not back a black female president. That is what we should be talking about.
It's all about power. I mean, you know, they're afraid that they're going to lose their grip on power. It's not necessarily about the policies that have put America behind the eight ball, Joe.
No, it's about winning. If they thought they would pick up the more seats in the Senate, if they would save the Senate, if they would pick up the House, they'd be rallying behind Joe Biden just like they did for the past 3 years. But I want to go back to what Chris Coons said, because that is very telling. He's referring to, you know, basically setting the bar low, and he's referring to a press conference the President of the United States is doing with NATO allies at a time when NATO is on the brink of World War III, potentially, right? We're in a global conflict in Ukraine and Israel. He wants to set the bar low for that moment of the president. This is a moment that would define anyone else's presidency, perhaps. And he's here telling us that this is a guy, we shouldn't have big expectations on him when dealing on the global stage. We shouldn't have big expectations of him when we expect him to be the world leader. Set the bar low. That's not the message you want to go with to the American people.
Well, it's interesting because now you're hearing that kind of sentiment. But just last week, we were hearing about this press conference being the big boy press conference. What was that about? The big boy press conference. They're not using that language anymore.
He's the big guy. Isn't he the big guy?
That's, you know, I was thinking the same thing, Mark.
Right?
The big boy press conference for the big guy.
For the big guy, you know? But, I mean, look, the bar's been set so low for President Biden that there was actually an MSNBC host a few days ago who suggested at the next debate, both candidates be allowed to bring their aides onto the stage, handed microphones so they could answer on behalf of the candidate.
Wow.
What does that say about Biden's state? I mean, we've all seen it for how long now, but isn't it weird that for the first time in 8 years, Trump is not under the microscope? All eyes are on Biden, while Trump is just kind of flying under the radar, golfing, having fun.
This is a great point that you make, because for so long, this election was about Trump.
Yep.
Trump, Trump, Trump. You know, how can the media knock him down? This election is about Biden.
Yeah,
things have shifted. And by the way, there's also this whole corruption angle here. The House Oversight Committee has subpoenaed 3 senior Biden aides. This happened yesterday over Biden's mental fitness. They're requesting that they sit for depositions. It comes in as NBC's Chuck Todd revealed a high-level staffer told him back in 2022 that he had doubts that Biden could run for re-election. This was 2 years ago. Watch this.
I had a cabinet secretary 2 years ago. Right. Okay. 2 years ago. All out of the blue, ask me, do you really think he's going to, he can't run again like this? And I said, well, you have more interaction with him than I do. And they said, I don't have a lot of interaction with him. This is a pretty senior cabinet secretary. So, and this was 2 years ago.
So why are you telling us this now, Chuck Todd? How come you've been sitting on this secret? Okay, you know what I said 2 years ago? And we could pull up the tape. I said there's not a shot in hell that Joe Biden is the nominee in 2024 because it was so obvious to all of us.
Well, this just continues to show you the media cover-up, right? They're continuing to show us evidence that they've been lying to us, Maria.
Total cover-up. All right, we're just getting started this morning. We've got a lot coming up.